first video might have been 2010.
Wow.
And she was watching it.
Probably.
Now, corrupting. How old are you?
How old am I? 30 years old.
Okay, so I was definitely corrupting you.
Definitely. But I loved it. I needed it.
Welcome back to House of Maher, a Wave original presented by Duncan. Shoes on or off, it doesn't matter. The Wi-Fi password is Kiss the Cook, all uppercase. I am Ilona, and this is Olivia, one of your hosts, and she takes her martinis extra, extra dirty. I'm talking pickle juice. She's put kimchi juice in there, and all the olive juice she can find, really.
This is your other host, Adriana Maher, and she does not trust nor dine in a restaurant that has a neon sign in it.
I've been burned too many times.
I hear it. Okay.
I'm Adriana Maher. That's your host, Ilona Maher, and she has perfected the meanest slick back.
I'm getting there. you think so too?
Good.
Good job. Okay.
I love it. We've traded sweaters, jeans. We've traveled the world together to watch rugby and see sights and museums. And now we want to welcome you into our family and our living room. So we wanted to introduce a very special guest today into the House of Maher, Mamrie Hart.
Hello. Happy to be here.
Well, give her a little resume. You got to give her, I'll give the resume. This is really impressive. So we're big fans. Okay. Co-host of the This Might Get Weird podcast. So you're used to this. You're going to kill this. New York Times best-selling author, comedian and YouTube star.
Yeah.
In terms of best-selling author, we all here, I think, have read You Deserve a Drink.
Oh my God.
Yes.
No way.
You've read a lot of things about my body.
Yeah.
How it processes things.
Fun fact, Olivia.
Fun fact about me. Oh, I love to give it as a gift. It's like the perfect gift-giving book for someone's birthday or whatever. So I'll usually have one on hand on my bookcase because it's fun to either get to know you if they know you or they don't. It's just you get recipes, you get anecdotes, you get a giggle. I love it. It's my favorite thing to gift.
Guys.
Yeah.
This is incredible.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be the fourth sister.
Yeah.
And you're tall too, so you fit right in.
There we go.
Hair colors matching. It's perfect.
Okay.
So this week we are in the House of Hosting, and you've created custom drinks on YouTube, on the internet for pop culture moments, whatever's been going on for many years. Can you talk a little bit on that? Like what kind of drink might you make for this space, this show?
Oh my gosh, no pressure.
Right.
Well, I was bartending in New York and doing comedy. So then when the internet popped off, it made sense just to combine the two. Because my kind of mindset was like, even if people hate the sound of my voice, they learned how to make a mojito.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like at least they learned something they can take away. So I was just doing that for years and years. Drink for you guys. I would have rolled in a bar cart if I would have known this was the vibe. I don't know, maybe an espresso Duncan. Can't help but be blinded by the sparkles.
Good.
You know, maybe something in that world. But no, I feel like you would each need your own individual drink because you bring your own personality to it. Great answer, right?
Yeah, great answer.
Avoiding the question, right?
Now, we just went to a cocktail bar that was known for their cocktails, but they were batched. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, I think people are going a little batch shit crazy.
Hey.
There we go. A little lazy.
I love it.
I think a batch cocktail is perfect if you're throwing a party because I hate to throw a party and then I'm just the one making the drinks the whole time and not talking to anybody.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
You're putting in a shift.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. We won't throw the place under the bus, but how did you feel about it?
Not good.
Really?
Because they were pricey, right? They
I got one with
beautiful.
that's like sparkling whatever in it. It was in a can and they opened it in front of me.
They'd made their own can.
Yeah.
You knew?
I knew.
Stop.
I knew.
Bleep that. Support local, but bleep that.
Olivia and I were just talking about how we love going to get a drink and we love the act of like having a cocktail and sitting down. And that seems to be something that you've bonded over and like something that's been part of your brand as well. Just like the act of enjoying something, like not overdoing it, but enjoying it, creating, with friends and whatnot. So can you talk a little about that?
Well, I mean, there's a time and a place to just go loco. Always. But I think a cocktail is, I don't know, it's like sitting down. It's a ritual. You know what I mean? Especially hearing you liking martinis. Like that's a whole vibe. You're getting it, the glass cold. You're figuring out the perfect ratio. It's a very personal thing.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
You got to know exactly what you want. It's like a lover.
It's a lover. It's like a full meal in your mouth. I love it.
Well, that got kind of nasty.
we used to watch your YouTube. I need to watch it more, but
no, you don't.
We were big into your
No,
YouTube.
you don't.
You've been in like an OG YouTuber. You were in it like at the start, and I think you probably saw the value in it. But we love the ones you making a drink, possibly getting a little bit drunk, but just like being your funny self. Like we would sit in our living room and watch it all together.
Surreal. That is surreal to hear, truly, because it's weird when you're doing stuff like that when it was back in the day, when it first kind of started. You never really thought about people are going to watch this.
Yeah.
You were just making fun stuff in the same way that I was doing like sketch comedy live in New York, but then all of a sudden the audience is like hundreds of thousands of people and you're like, oh, right. But they're seeing me getting drunk in my kitchen. It feels intimate, but that's what people enjoyed.
And kind of when you were sort of like, oh, this is a job. What was that, being a part of the internet in that time where you could make a living from it, and this is what you do, and you create and bring enjoyment to people? The landscape has changed.
Explain to your parents, for sure, that this is actually paying your rent, and you're not, like selling your dirty socks on the internet. But I'm not opposed to doing that. If anyone has,
get your bag.
Anybody interested?
Yeah, it was interesting because back in the day, it wasn't this business yet. Like it was almost the goal of like when we talk about brand deals, how we're talking like the Dunkin' to say it, like we would have had to incorporate that and hope no one noticed it was a brand deal. You know what I mean? Like you were supposed to give the air of, or like the goal was to give the idea that I'm just hanging out and I happen to like this thing. You know, there was no hashtag ad, any of that. So it was
the government let you do whatever.
Yeah.
But now they're so strict about it.
Totally.
You've got to disclose everything. Because I remember when hashtag ad became a big thing and everyone was talking about it, and I had no idea at that time. But now I'm like, oh, you can't be too sneaky with it.
How long have you been doing like YouTube and podcasting?
Well, I haven't. Well, now the YouTube is only the podcast. I don't really do stuff on my channel anymore. I make a living as a screenwriter.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. So all this other stuff is very fun and I love doing it. But I haven't like made cocktails on YouTube in forever. But my podcast goes on YouTube. I think my first video might have been 2010.
Wow.
And she was watching it.
Probably. I was
Corrupting. How old are you?
How old am I? 30 years old.
Okay, so I was definitely corrupting you.
Definitely. But I loved it. I needed it.
Now, Mamrie, did a certain resume ever cross your desk for an assistant?
Listen, I knew this was going to come up. I knew this was going to come up. And as soon as I got reached out to about this, I was like, as soon as I saw your cherry bomb cover, I was like,
hold up.
Girl dinner. I was just every number going through my head. We have a friend in common.
Yes, we do.
Ken. I was
love him.
Loopsy doopsy at my friend and writing partner Kiwi's house.
Okay.
I might have been dressed as Shrimp Cocktail. I think it was a Halloween party. Okay. And I went as Shrimp Cocktail. And he was like, do you need I was like, I'm doing this, doing that. Do you need an assistant? I was like, I can't afford one. He was like, we're going to have her email you anyway. And I was like, I'm telling you, I don't need one. I can't afford it, Ken.
Yeah, no, literally. And I knew that would be the vibe anyway. I was like, yeah, just get it across her desk.
I love
Whatever.
it. I was just like, this person invented girl dinner? They're too qualified.
Yeah. And this
Quite
is before
honestly.
I was like full-time working for Ilona too. So I do my girl dinner, my social, but I also manage Ilona, keep her life rocking and rolling.
You missed out. I got a good one.
Yeah.
I poached her.
You're welcome. Now, what is that like?
It's actually pretty good. Luckily, we have a solid working relationship.
Me and my sister would kill each other within 20 minutes. Yeah, good for you.
Thank you so much. I mean, it's nice because like I know everything about her, and the way she sends an email is wild, truly. TTYL, talk to you later, LOL. And I'm like, no, we need to be more professional. So I handle the professional side of that for her.
Have you had to lie for her when she wants to get out of stuff?
Always.
She is like the mom, like, you know, moms used to be like, Mom, just say no to this so that I can go. I don't want to go to the sleepover. Please say no. So like she'll do that for me. So it's really good to have her.
No, but it's been good. So she can just focus on playing rugby and, you know, making her content and having fun, dancing
getting
with
that
stars.
slick back.
Getting that slick back. Getting that back slicked.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't back.
Whoa.
I hated that. Cut that shit, Liv. What the fuck? Olivia, stop ripping too much.
That back slicked.
You know?
Speaking of girl dinner, do you have a girl dinner that is just kind of your go-to every night?
I'm a big pickle girl.
Yes.
Like I'll straight up eat a thing of Grillos with the fridge door open. If I'm gonna put together, it's the classic. It's, you know, like a little bit of cheese, a little bit of this, a little bit of nuts, a little bit of. But what I do, I try to at least break it up in little ramekins so it feels elevated. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm
Elevated girl dinner for sure.
Elevated girl dinner.
When you're not in the fridge, you're saying.
When you're not in the fridge or over the sink.
Right.
Because we also have heard that you love tablescaping. Is that like
Can you tell me about that?
We
Well,
heard
What
tablescaping.
is tablescaping?
This is a new interest and hobby, and I'm so excited. Okay, my co-host bestie Grace Helbig and I, we watched this documentary called Set, like SET exclamation point, and it is all about how there are tablescaping competitions at fairs. So this one, it takes place at Orange County Fair, and it's essentially there's like different themes to what the table should be, whether it's like magical carpet ride or like Dark Night of the Soul, whatever it is, and you enter, and it's all about placing things perfectly, creating the mood, creating a menu that goes with the theme, and it's like, you know, it's like Best in Show. It's like a Christopher Guest movie.
Yeah.
Like these characters are insane,
Incredible.
right? We signed up and we're competing this summer.
In Orange County?
Yes.
Do you get to know what the thing is, the theme?
So you had to apply under certain themes. I think ours is like searching for happiness. It feels like a big one. Feels
Broad.
like I know. We might use a little like a what is this one thing called?
Magnifying glass.
There we go.
Got it.
So we don't know. We don't know what we're gonna do yet, but we have load-in on July 12th.
Load-in.
And then the fair opens, and then you get judged by two very judgmental Karens.
Who are they? Are they just
I don't know their
icons in the
credentials at all.
tablescaping?
No,
Okay.
I think they're just our local newscasters.
They won the opportunity to judge.
Yeah, exactly.
Now,
This
are there
is your
like
Olympics.
I'm very. Thank you.
Amy, this is your Olympics.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Oh my gosh.
What's the prizes? Is it ribbons or is it trophies?
I think it's ribbons.
Right.
Easier to hang.
Okay.
I think it's ribbons.
Eternal glory.
But I'm okay with that.
and you're competing together, like you're building together.
Yes, only one of us can load it in. They're very like you will get disqualified. I'm trying to get like some little mics or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
what are we thinking about the napkins? Over.
Yeah, put the centimeter
Right.
centimeter to the left, the
Miscongeniality
fork.
style.
But there was a fan of our podcast who, when we talked about it on the podcast, he was one of the people in the documentary and was like, "Oh my gosh, you guys should do it." So.
First time ever though. Have you gone to watch it or you just watched from the show?
Grace went and saw the tables live last year. I'm going in blind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
you know
probably
what
good.
the tables look like? Are they square? Are
Yeah,
they
you
circles?
choose round or square.
Which are you going for? Or are you keeping it a secret?
That's fair. That's fair.
Hilarious.
What?
We'd be like, I have to save the exclusive for my pod, ladies. I don't remember which one Grace signed up for. I feel like maybe square. We'll see.
Okay. I mean, kind of on that same vein, you have a cookbook coming out.
That was an incredible segue.
Well,
it's like you've done this before.
Thank you so much. Actually, not really. We're still pretty new at this. So
We're not like you.
we're not like you
You a
yet.
master.
But from the imagery that I've been seeing coming out, I'm like, wow. This is me on Instagram. Wow. Like the pictures are so
you.
vibrant and gorgeous and everything is so beautifully designed. Can you speak about this?
Yeah, so the cookbook is called All I Think About Is Food, and it's vegetarian dinner parties. So it's 10 different dinner parties, and it's like your starters, your sides, your mains, cocktails that pair. There's no desserts, only dessert cocktails. And then I show you how to take your leftovers and turn it into something you want hung over the next day. That only takes like 15 minutes. Right?
You thought of everything.
So, but they're all different themed out. So it's shot very, like I have a whole chapter that's all like aphrodisiac cooking, and it's all like 70s shag carpet. I have Meal for a Goddess. It's all gold and
my
and
gosh.
they're all over the place with themes, but I'm really excited about it.
I imagine, like, you know, when you're cooking, you don't usually use recipes, making your own stuff. So did you have to just do trial and error constantly of like, okay, I guess this is about a cup, and like had to really figure out what you even do for your own recipes?
Exactly, because I'm like an improviser in the kitchen. So I'm just adding a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You can't do that.
You just say,
You can't do that in a recipe. You have
Half
to go
spoonful.
this exact celery seed amount. And it's crazy because you want to keep tinkering with it. And eventually you have to go, all right, this is what I like. If you want more salt, that's your prerogative.
Right.
Do your
It's
thing.
tough.
Measure with your heart.
Yeah, it was very difficult.
do you have a favorite recipe from it?
Oh man. Ooh.
It's like choosing a favorite kid.
Ooh, I know, totally. I do. Okay, I'll say I have a couple favorite chapters in it. One of them I call the underdogs, and it's all ingredients that I feel like haven't gotten their moment in the sun. You know what I mean? Like cauliflower got its day. Brussels sprouts got its day. You know, I'm looking for the kiss me, she's all that moment. The pre-staircase, you know? And so we do like celery root, and we do parsnips, and we do cantaloupe and apricot and black-eyed peas and all these delicious things.
Cool.
And it's shot like Viva Las Vegas.
Oh my God.
It's great.
The design has been incredible. Now, were you designing your own scapes for that? Like for the photos?
Me
or what
and
is that
my
like?
photographer and friend Claire, we lots of trips to the fabric store and lots of painting trellises from Home Depot and just gaudy jewelry, like disgusting press-on nails.
Oh, I love that. Oh, I did. I saw an Instagram story where it was just your hand.
How long has this been in the works?
3 years.
How exciting.
Like recipe testing at the beginning. How long did that take?
So doing the recipes, whatnot, for about a year. And writing them and whatnot. But then it's like, when you think about it, and I'll never look at cookbooks the same. With the other 2 books, it was like, shoot your cover and then turn in whatever pictures you have from your past that correlate with the story. This is truly, it's 100 recipes. It's 100 photo shoots.
My God.
Yeah. So I'm glad I did it. I'll leave it at that. Yeah. I'm so proud of it, but it was like the hardest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about it.
So you're saying it's a book like for hosting dinner parties.
Yes.
Olivia really wants to get into hosting more dinner parties.
Do it.
Like, I guess, advice on that or how to get into it. Because we had a girl dinner party the other night and we loved it. We loved bringing people together. Or a couple months ago, we had a girl dinner party and we loved it, bringing people together. You know, we want to do it, but it's also kind of intimidating at times of like making the food people are going to enjoy, making sure everybody has a good time. Do we batch the cocktails?
Do I have to spatchcock the chicken? Do I got to do that, you know?
Wow. Yeah. Say that again.
Spatchcocking?
Yeah, that's just a great word.
Spatchcocking.
It's just a great word.
Spatchcock, yeah.
Yeah, I think it can be intimidating, but as I show you in the cookbook, there's lots of things that you can do prep the day before. Like when I would think I'm throwing a dinner party, I'm like, I'm going to dedicate an hour or so for a couple days leading up. So it's not overwhelming. A couple other tips I have.
Okay.
I have this in the book. I do a thing called an amuse-bouche. Like an amuse-bouche, which is what the chef sends out to get your palate going.
Yep.
So what I do is I make a cocktail, like a little jarred cocktail, and I drop it off at my guest doorstep, and I say, drink this while you're getting ready to come to the party. So they show up already a little like loosey-goosey, and they kind of already get the vibe of what the flavors will be. You know, if you're having a Mexican dinner, you're going to drop off your little hibiscus margaritas or whatever it is. So that's the amuse-bouche. And then second thing, if people are like, oh, I really want to contribute something. What can I bring? Wine? Can I bring whatever? I go, no, Venmo me $20 towards housekeeping for tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah. Every party I have, I go, no, just Venmo me $20. I'm going to get someone to come clean the kitchen tomorrow, and I won't dread it.
And is that because you like to be alone in the kitchen, or like you're like a solo cook? You don't want people helping. You don't want people like.
And you're curating it too, though.
So it's like you don't want to
you wanna,
stepping on that.
You want to drop
wine
the
will
moment.
throw it off.
Yes.
Well, people have different tastes in wine. You know what I mean? I don't want a red wine if I'm serving like a cookout style type of thing. So yeah, I'm a control freak. I'm a Virgo. I want to curate it. I want to present it as is. Don't be showing up with your Pinot Noir.
No, God.
Leave it at home.
Never.
So I don't read many, I read a lot of fantasy books. But
like what?
You already know
Are you what? Is
I'm
it
like an
drag-
Akatar,
You're
like
like a dragon
and stuff.
Yeah.
But the books I do read is like the one book I've read probably in the past. I broke my ankle and I was in a park reading, and your book was my park book. So I read your book as my park book. I read another book as my like late at night book, whatever it is. But I loved it because it was so fun to like be in your shoes and learn about your experiences, and like you can really could hear your tone through the book in it. And I thought that was really fun. So I imagine that was different than this cookbook. And I'm trying to write a memoir of my own. So it was almost like a good way to learn from you and how to put yourself in it.
And I want to say, like, I think you've taken a lot of inspiration from You Deserve a Drink and This Round's on Me.
I've got this round.
I got this round. There we go. I've got this round, which is the second book. Because I think you read a bit of that one too. But I remember after you'd read those, you're like, this is what I kind of want my book to feel like. Like I want it to be my personal anecdotes. It doesn't need to be like sports and the grind and like the rise. It's also like where you've made mistakes and you've gotten better, or you've learned, and the relationship you come from. And I feel like you took a lot of inspiration from these books here.
Wait, so are you writing it?
I've been writing it for a while.
So any tips? She'll take them.
In 2022, I was like, I don't have anything to write about. What am I going to write about? And then one day I open up like a Cutwater, which is like, Cutwater is a distillery, and I opened one of those. I was at home.
They'll kill you.
And I just started typing and realized you have so much more to say than you realize sometimes.
I think it's Hemingway who says, write drunk, edit sober.
Is that right? Well, I did that. That's how I started. So I was just getting all this like thoughts down. And I realized I had so much more I wanted to say. And there's so many little like fun stories to share. This happened here. And it was like, this could be a whole story there. So it's been really cool to write and like cathartic in a way. And so that's something I'm focusing on. I know that Olivia, being the creative girl dinner, wants to do like a cookbook at some time too.
Heck yeah.
I don't know if it's a cookbook or if it's maybe like more of a coffee table book, because I'm so interested in what other people do.
Well, See, mine kind of looks like both. And that's the key is make it look cool.
Cool.
And then it's not just a cookbook.
True
You know what
that.
I mean? It's a vibe. And also with the anecdotes, I mean, that's one of the things I wanted to do in the cookbook, and I hope I did, is this, the people talk about blogs where they're like, I just want your mashed potato recipe. I don't want to hear about
Your grandpa in the war.
How your grandpa was adopted in 1910. Which I totally understand, but I also feel like you put so much personality into your food. I did try to include some personal stories. So it's the ones that if we were in a memoir, I'd go, how do I make this 9 pages? And here I go, how do I make this half a page?
Oh, interesting.
While still getting some personal stories in there.
Yeah, some
'Cause
flavor.
Food is personal.
Do you miss the space to write more in this book, or was it kind of a nice reprieve?
It was kind of a nice reprieve. I mean, it would be very long.
You already have 100 recipes.
Right, exactly. Maybe down the line. Then I'll have a chapter in my next memoir style book about writing this book. Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by Dunkin'. Now, we are genuine Dunkin' girlies. We're from New England. And if you know New England, you know there's a Dunkin' all over. And from the schools we went to, that's a place to go.
Truly, our college town, the one place that we had was a Dunkin'.
I was there every week, maybe several times a week.
There is nothing like a summer in Vermont with an iced Dunkin' drink. I was a caramel swirl girl in college.
Yes, I'm always an iced hazelnut.
Oh, you
girl.
were? Yeah. You still to this day.
Still to this day, I'm hazelnut.
I've switched to vanilla a little bit, but like that caramel swirl lives deep within me.
I'm a tried and true, similar to you. I actually have it logged in my app as lip-smackingly good. It's my order. It is medium iced coffee with caramel swirl and then cream.
So
I
good.
love it.
Whenever I would drive home, so I went to Quinnipiac University, at the bottom of one of our hills was a Dunkin', and that's where everyone went. And whenever I drove home to Vermont, I would get myself a Dunkin' coffee, and that would be on my drive, and I would just sip it for my whole drive.
Like a treat.
Like it has a taste to it. To me, it brings me back to like New England. Whenever I step foot in New England off the plane, I get a Dunkin', which is, you can drink Dunkin' wherever. We're just such Vermont, New England girls at heart.
Yeah.
Like that is us.
Yeah. And there happens to be one like close to me here in Los Angeles, which is very special for Los
Very
Angeles.
special.
Quite a few in New York City though
Yeah,
for
I've
you.
got one like on the corner of my street
Nice.
that I frequent quite often.
Oh,
It's glorious.
It's honestly how we like to start the day. So good.
And it's so American. Like we just got back from England and we were in the airport and we were like, we're getting Dunkin'.
We went and got Dunkin'.
Yeah.
And actually, you sent a photo of your Dunkin', and then I went and got Dunkin' that day. And
I'm really an influencer, guys.
Truly. Sisterfluencers.
Well, get out there, go get some Dunkin', and make it swirly, delicious.
Get swirled.
They always will.
Yeah.
Cheers.
America runs on Dunkin'. You recently got engaged.
I did.
Congratulations.
Are you wedding planning?
No.
What is that like? No?
No.
Cool.
I'm very chill. I never even thought I'd be engaged. I don't want children.
Yeah.
I just but I love my guy, and so we'll figure it out. I feel like it's gonna be we're on a trip, let's elope moment, like a spur of the moment thing. I mean, do you guys want weddings? Are you married? I don't know. Okay.
No.
Yeah, weddings are a
We
lot.
appreciate you saying that though. Okay. All very single in this room. But yeah, no, I wonder though, coming from such a small town in North Carolina and the trajectory of life that you've had and being so chill about it and knowing you don't want kids, what did that look like for you? Was it ever like a battle with yourself? I think also as people kind of on the cusp of life and figuring out partners and whatnot, what does that look like for you?
I mean, from small town, like where I'm from, by the time you're 30, you're on your second.
Yeah.
You know, like everyone you had your high school boyfriend marriage, and then you had your, I'm 24 or 25 marriage. I never felt that pressure. Me and my family are like the black sheep of our county.
Really?
Yeah. So my brother got married in Vegas after knowing someone for like 3 days, and they were together 12 years.
Whoa.
And then he moved to Australia, and now he's remarried in Australia to a wonderful professional clown. And
Actually, that's a love story for
That's
ages.
a story.
for sure. My brother and his ex met on Napster. Like, so we don't have traditional trajectories. My sister has 3 children. She's never been married. So my mom is just like, whatever you want, babe.
Yeah.
No pressure from my family at all.
Love that.
Yeah.
Our Oma didn't find the love of her life till she was 32. And this was in a time when it was, you got married earlier. So whenever she's like, yeah, you have a boyfriend? I'm like, no, not yet, Oma. She's like, that's fine. I didn't meet your Opa till I was 32. You're fine. You'll meet him soon. And so we've had like figures in our life. Like our mom didn't meet our dad till she was 28, 27. Yeah. And it's been cool, like how our thinking on it is like we're just not willing to settle. Like we've seen that love can take later and then it can really mean something. So we've never felt forced or anything. Maybe that's why we're single, but
no,
we've never felt the need to force it, I guess, because of the people we've seen in our life.
Also, life is long.
Yeah.
Like, so if you're nailing it down, it's a long time to spend with someone, guys.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And that means
Stay
we
single
need
longer.
to hear that.
Stay single longer. Get crazy.
Speaking of
with
relationships, I love best friend talk. I love talking about my best friend. Is Grace your best friend?
Yes. I have a lot of friends.
Okay.
A lot of best friends. You know what I mean? When I go like, that's my North Carolina best friend. That's my New York best friend. That's my camp best friend. But like Grace to me is sister.
Okay, I was going to say.
Fully sister.
More of a sister vibe. Can you speak to that? What was it like having someone with you this long in your world on the internet and
working together, being friends and working together.
Right. And
That's
it's not always perfect. You know what I mean? Like we've definitely had fights and all that jazz that
sisters
kept between us. But no, we've known each other. We started working together, I think 15 years ago. So we, Grace filmed my first YouTube video in her kitchen. We were in sketch teams together that were in theaters where there's 14 people in the audience. So we've really like watched each other have a journey and see how it changes and how, your star rises, your stars falls, you're getting it back up, lots of different rolling hills. And then just the personal stuff, like I was there for her wedding and she just beat cancer last year. And we've just, been there for breakups and makeups. And so at that point you're like, are we besties or are we fam?
Literally blood
at
this point.
And we own a house together.
Oh, that's right.
A mortgage will make it official.
Yeah. You guys are common law at this point.
Fix everything.
Exactly. You're married already.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, that's the highball house
in
Palm Springs?
Yeah.
Wow, how did that come about?
It came about because LA is really expensive and I had a good couple of years and I wanted to buy something and it was just crazy. So I was like, I'm going to buy a house in Palm Springs. It's 2 hours away. It's where I always went to write. It's where I went and wrote the first 2 books and where I would kind of just go and have alone time. So we bought a house together and we're like, well, we're officially the Golden Girls.
Yeah. Officially.
So you like timeshare it or like you're there and then she's there?
Airbnb?
Yeah.
Hey, Grace, I need these 2 weeks.
I mean, kind of like her parents just took it for all of January to snowbird it. And I always throw Thanksgiving there. And so, yeah, it works out.
I love that. Yeah, you guys have been with each other through so many ups and downs, and it's like, like you said, like more like a sister, where they're applauding you no matter what's happening, and they're there for you.
Exactly,
and they're filming your weird videos.
Yeah,
that makes you. That bonds you on.
As you've seen by the video archive, she's seen some stuff. Yeah, I think more friends should buy real estate together.
Okay,
and I'll say it down every barrel, every lens, every barrel.
Get your money up.
Yeah, right.
Telling our friends
we've had a relationship way longer than most romantic ones, so like they're
literally
trust it.
Common law marriage. Ilona's saying over here. Damn.
I love it. I love talking about friends because I think as we found, because we are single, we've been focusing on our female friendships a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's something you have to work at though.
For
like,
sure.
It's a lot of times like, oh my God, we need to get coffee together. And then you never do it. So it's like, I've been finding those friends who are like, oh my God, we gotta get coffee together. Okay, what about this day, this time?
Yeah.
And sometimes they're like, yeah. It's like, though you have to put in work.
Totally.
And I think there's some that are, definitely worthy for it, but it's also fun to start to figure it out and kind of not whittle it down, but like really know who your friends are.
Yeah, totally. I heard someone say about New Year's resolutions and I was like, oh, that's a great way to think about it. They were like, oh, I'm not making resolutions of what to change about myself. I'm making resolutions of what relationships to nurture more. And I was like, that's so nice. Yeah, because I will do a lot of, we live in Los Angeles or just life is busy, and everyone's on the move. So you got to go, okay, we can't just say, we've got to get together. You've got to go, here's 3 dates.
Yeah.
Let's at least get something on the books. And if we have to rearrange and cross that bridge, and we'll come to it.
And I like friends that are down to be spontaneous to a point, you know what I mean? Where I'm like, hey, I have a free night all of a sudden. What are you doing? Is it free too? Let's go get that drink. Now. Exactly. It's happening. Let's do it.
Sometimes I fear that my female friendships are holding me back. Just because
they're
so
crazy.
Just because they're so
tuck in.
Oh my God.
Can we get that drink cart
out here? Let me get a lean.
Because I love them so much. They are so amazing that if I have a free hour, I want to spend it with you guys.
I
Why am I
know.
just spending it with a stranger that I maybe won't like?
Yeah.
I want to spend it with those that I love and that are family.
I was recently asked if I thought that having such close sisters prevented me from having good female friendships. And I was like, no, I think it's made me a better friend. Like I have best friends in you guys, but like I also love my outside female friendships who maybe don't know as deeply as you guys do, but are learning. But that's interesting. Yeah, because like the love I feel from my friends is like a beautiful cosmic thing. The thing where you're having a drink together and I'll get like choked up, be like, oh my God, this person means so much to me. You know, I'm like,
This feels like a movie right now.
this feels like a movie.
I mean, you guys watched White Lotus.
We know a
Season
lot
2
about
I've
it.
seen.
Oh, okay. Well, at the end, the 3 girls who've kind of been catty the whole season are like, I'm happy.
I watched that
I'm
scene.
happy. You know, it's one of those things where it's
good.
where it's like
I saw the one part of it. So.
Yes, that
they're
clip.
back.
Okay.
They're good.
Oh my
They're
God,
good. I know how invested you were.
thank God.
They survived. But yeah, where you really go, all the things that drive me crazy about you, I also really respect and I love. And yeah.
And get to watch and be a part of. Would she say, I'm just happy to be at the table?
Exactly.
That was beautiful.
Thank you. Do you guys vacation together?
We do. And we're often doing
They
it.
vacation more because I'll go play rugby tournaments. So
Yeah,
I'll go
for
to
sure.
South Africa and play, and we're in France. So the family will go,
We call it rugby tourism.
rugby tourists, and they'll go. So I'm just there, playing rugby.
She's
and
working.
She's
I'm
putting in
working.
multiple shifts.
Totally.
And we're like, we're at the wine tasting in South
Yeah.
Africa.
It's a wine train.
It's a wine train.
So then when you're not on rugby, do you want to nest? Are you like a homebody when you're not traveling?
I think I am, but I'm also in this time in my life where like so much is happening. So
Gotta
I
go for
want to
it.
do it all. So I'm
Yeah.
kind of going for it. Like I
Totally.
haven't been home in months, but I just want to like do all these things. So I also don't have I just have an apartment right now. I want to get a house and make it my own. I think that's like the next big step I want to
Yeah.
do and have a space like extra room for them to come to. But we
Good
need to
answer.
vacation more. We
Yeah.
definitely vacation for food and for experiences.
Hell yeah.
Like that's a big thing. Have you ever done an all-inclusive resort? And we don't do those, but have you ever done that?
Of course.
It's wild.
It really is.
Is it good? You enjoy it?
It depends on the all-inclusive
Yes.
resort. I like went to one and it had just opened, so everything felt so sparkly and clean. And they were having a women in food festival. So you can plan it correctly. Definitely ask around, but. It's wild when you go, you're telling me this mojito ain't going on my tab?
Yeah.
That can get a little dangerous.
Dangerous.
We're planning a trip. We keep saying, Olivia and I keep joking because we've just been so busy. We're like, winter 2026.
Going
We're
crazy.
going somewhere. We're going to get
Wow.
crazy.
Fall 2027.
Fall 2027.
It's going to be a movie. We're going to do something
God.
finally. But
But this has been so fun. What we're doing is like, we're planning to this and then we're going to go here and all this. So we're not resting, but it's also really...
No,
been
bull by the
amazing.
horns.
Yeah.
Go for
Oh,
it.
yeah.
You
got
make
the
your business
momentum.
trips like fun trips as well.
yeah, it's true. You go to some cool places and I get to tag along. But that has been cool. Do you know much about rugby?
No.
Hot seat.
Wow.
You've read my book. Do I look like a girl who knows much about anything sports related? Listen, I think you're a baddie, and I was so excited when I found out I was coming here. But I'm a fan of you. I don't know shit about your sport.
That's okay. And that's one of the reasons I do
Yeah.
it. Like, if you get to be a fan of me, that's great for my own personal brand. If through me you work rugby, like I think it's a win-win in many scenarios.
but now I'm gonna.
Heck
Yeah,
yeah.
LA 2028.
Look, I just
be
now got
there.
into football.
Oh, really?
I started a fantasy league.
No, you didn't.
Yeah,
How'd that go?
It's called League of Losers, LOL, and
Right?
it's all people who don't know anything about football.
great.
So that was very fun, and now I'm dipping my toe into sports.
Because it's fun of like
Yes.
just building community like randomly over like something you just throw on the TV and everyone gets invested for it. I love
Do you
it.
have like a favorite team now?
No, I had favorite players
Okay.
because fantasy, you know what I
Right.
mean? You pick and you choose.
Were you picking based on vibes, looks,
I
stats?
did a little research.
Okay.
You know, the app helps you.
Okay.
Sometimes it was vibes, but, or it'd be like, I like their girlfriend.
Yeah. Women, supporting women.
Josh
She just
Allen,
came.
he got engaged. He's going to have a good week.
Yep.
So I would look at their personal life to see what was going on.
He made a funny video once, like him. Yeah, exactly.
exactly.
She just came dead last in your
My March
fantasy March Madness pool.
Oh, who did you have winning?
Dead.
I had
last.
Duke, so that actually was a pretty good pick though.
This
They
is
went
my
far.
time.
Oh.
I went to Carolina.
Oh.
I went to Carolina. So we won the national championship my senior year of college. I hate Duke. Just the T-shirts even being worn on White Lotus this season were like PTSD.
My God.
Yeah. So, but I see where you're coming from.
And
But
somehow I still got last. Even people who picked teams winning that got knocked out so early went ahead of me. So I don't know how that worked
Any of it
out.
works.
yeah, me neither.
So I also got dead last year.
Girl.
I do have a question about, so you've been podcasting we're just starting our podcasting. And I don't know if this is true or not, but I think Olivia told me like years ago that, do you and Grace like not talk during the week to get ready to talk in your podcast?
It's tough because whenever we actually hang out outside of the podcast, we find ourselves biting our tongues. And we're like, oh my God, nope. Gotta wait till Tuesday.
But you
till
write
Tuesday.
it down to remember?
I have like a note on my in the notes app where it'll just, where if anyone found it, they'd be like, these are the scribblings of a psychopath. You know what I mean? Like
You're decoding?
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
No, truly, I'll take little notes or I'll write down or I'll text myself like something that I overheard. And then I'm just like, why did I text myself this right now? But yeah, we have to watch what we say so it does feel fresh every week.
Has that impacted the relationship at all, or is it still just good? Because then you get together.
It's still great.
Good,
yeah.
good.
And sometimes, there's been podcasts where we're retelling a story of things we experienced together.
Right.
And it's more like, but I feel like it works better when we're telling people a new, fresh story as opposed to, and then you're not going to believe what we did. Then Grace, you tell them.
Take this one. You do it good.
You know what I mean? So it really is just going, what did you do this week? What crazy stories have you heard? It's very casual.
Okay. And has your show evolved over the years?
Absolutely not.
Terrible question.
You got it right on the first try.
Not even close.
Right.
No, I think the only thing was, and I think it's great you guys are having guests so you can bring in some fresh energy, but like we are so bad at podcasting. We had one person come on as a guest one time and we were like, no, it should just be us. So it's just us for 400 plus episodes.
Wow.
Or something like that. Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by Dunkin', because America runs on Dunkin'. And I know that I ran on Dunkin' at 5 a.m. when I had to head to my nursing clinical.
Mm-hmm.
And I would always get my coffee and I'd have to get some food. Adriana, what's your favorite Dunkin' order?
I love the wake up wraps. After maybe a long night in the morning, I'm getting my coffee and I'm getting 2 wake up wraps. Most likely
2 wake up wraps.
2 wake up wraps.
Ooh,
Good on you.
Energized for the whole day.
And
I love that.
switch up
Fuel
the
up.
meats. Actually, I usually do a bacon one and then I'll do a sausage one.
Food is fuel, as you like to say. Truly obsessed with the snacking bacon. They gave me this to talk about, and I was like, no, I'm eating this. I'm genuinely.
yeah,
I
we
love
all
this
are.
stuff. I love this stuff. Oh,
We can do a little ASMR. Okay, cut that.
wow.
We tried. But no, snacking bacon. Who doesn't want to snack on bacon? I feel like it hasn't been accepted, but Dunkin' is making it accepted now for us.
I love it.
For us people who love bacon.
It's a little sweet. It's a little peppery. Obviously salty, being bacon. It's so good. So like if I'm in a drive-through getting a coffee, I'm like, why don't you throw snacking bacon on there?
Just add that right on.
Cheeky bacon on there for me.
Because sometimes people don't put enough bacon on.
No,
so
of
now
course.
you can get more.
Just bacon.
Just bacon too, yeah. Protein. I'm all about my protein, I'm just what I need.
Pure protein right here.
Hey, can I get one?
Adriana, don't be greedy. That's Olivia's. Only one. ASMR. Go out and get a wake up wrap and some snack and bacon.
America runs on Dunkin'.
Do you ever think about how much footage there is online of just you talking?
Yeah, it's terrifying.
That was my
Talking
fear for
and
this.
drinking.
Yeah, exactly. Like they could really train some AI to be me. There's so much we talk. I'm so tired of hearing myself talk. But no, I forget even stuff that is online. And then people come up and they're like, oh yeah, I used to watch you this episode. And I'm like, come again? Did I edit that? I don't remember it. And it's not only stuff that you've put online, it's you being in other people's videos too.
Oh.
Yeah.
The glory days of like YouTube swaps, right? And you'd do videos
The collabs.
together. The collabs.
I mean, I'm very passionate about politics, but I can never run.
That's her fear.
That's actually, no, that's her
genuinely
fear.
her fear.
In college, I even had that, because I studied political science and global studies. So I was like, that might be an option for the future.
Right.
So I was always so careful of videos people would take of me, of what they would post.
Wow.
So I was like, what if I want to go into politics? And there's a video of me throwing up in the corner over
Right.
there. You know, that wouldn't
There
work.
isn't.
There isn't. No, I've made sure there isn't. But that was just always on my mind. So I was so careful. And now with this, I'm like, I'm just going to be speaking on a microphone and we're talking about like sexy books and we're going to be talking about like our crazy nights out. That's over. But now I'm like, it's not going to happen anyway.
You're good. You're
I would go for like a
Would you?
Comptroller.
Yeah.
I don't know what those do.
I still could. I mean, it's
Not like
how the world's
mayor
evolving,
shit.
though, too.
Yeah.
If you're going to try to find one candidate that doesn't have a video out
Right.
there online, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a loser.
Yeah.
So
I think we
Someone you
crossed
don't want
the
running the country.
threshold of
Yeah.
that.
I could be on like
You're
the waste
safe.
management board. I don't know.
Love it.
Queen.
Right now, you're on the waste management board.
Okay, guys.
Okay, bye.
I'm kind of starting to well, I've been dealing with it since almost like Tokyo, but like that kind of social media fame in a way, or like YouTube fame. How have you dealt with that in your, years throughout?
Parasocial relationships.
Parasocial
Oh,
relationships.
well, now it's like everyone who was a big super fan back in the day that might not know the etiquette or whatnot is grown up. You know what I mean? Like I've been doing this so long that when it was, when some of the fandom was more like 14, 15 years old, where you'd be like, oh, I don't know the boundaries. Now they're like 26, 27 and, coming
30.
up 30.
Hello?
Yeah, it's never come from a place that wasn't really sweet. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
I have the same, I would say. My fan base is very sweet.
Yeah.
Mostly women as well. And a lot of them feel like they know me.
Yeah, of course.
Hi, can I talk to you? I'm like, okay. I just sat down to eat. Come on, what's
Get
up?
in here. Totally.
So it's an interesting thing because I love it because it's like, same as you. I put myself out there so much.
Yeah.
So it's kind of what I've been not planning
It's the
for,
goal
but it's
to
like
do
the
it.
goal, So it's like, no, thank you so much. Like I am busy, but I'll take a picture. So
Totally.
it's kind of been, and definitely ramped up since like Paris and whatnot. But I think we're still trying to kind of figure that out. And, her again, being back to being the mean mom thing, like sometimes having to.
When do you get in there and when do you
Yeah.
shoulder it?
Yeah. I went to like step in. If people like have a company that they're like, oh, will you just say this to the camera? It's like, hello? Where's
Oh,
the etiquette?
golly.
What are we talking about? And she's so nice. And I'm like, what? No.
Good for
and I'll get her
you.
agent on the phone. I'm like, you won't believe this. People these days.
You're really stepping into the role. I love it.
Yeah, that's what
Good
I
for
do.
you.
I'm right there with her.
During when her time in Bristol, she would go around and say hi to people. Olivia would go in front of her and be like, only selfies, have your camera out and ready.
Yeah.
She can't sign anything
'cause
today.
She needs to get to everybody.
and you were great at that.
Thank you so much.
And
Thank
I
you so
was
much.
just trailing behind. I was
The
like,
crazy thing was when I would say, hey guys, sorry, she's not doing signatures today. Like, just get your selfies ready. She wants to get everybody here in this line. And then people would still go to her and be like, okay, but just sign this. I'm like, how dare you? How dare you? Her older sister said so.
that's basically coming from Ilona herself.
Well, yeah, I'm basically Ilona. What the hell? Rude.
Just sign it for her.
Not true.
Get that signature
I'll
down.
start doing that.
Just get a stamp.
Yeah. She kissed this stamp. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Have you though, like with, putting yourself online, is it hard to find that balance between like keeping your personal and your business life out there?
It's interesting how much that did change is when we first started, because Grace and I when we started off, we were doing traditional comedy and the goal, I moved to New York to be an actress, to be on TV, to audition. And then when we started doing stuff online, I didn't talk about personal life at all. Like outside of the friendships that were presented, like I was in a 10-year relationship that was never mentioned online.
Yeah.
Because in that world, it was because I thought, oh, if people are just interested in my personal life, like they're going to see any joke I tell through the lens of that. Like I would just I just want people to think I'm funny and not be like, oh, is that joke actually about her boyfriend? Or like what happened in her. So we were like zipped up. We never talked about our personal life. And then as we got older, we were like, who cares?
You're like,
If we're proud of who we are and what we're doing. And also it's like, I don't know. It just became less important to keep it secret and to keep it separate. And now everyone has their world online, right? Because when we were doing this was before celebrities were on Instagram.
right.
And I remember having a conversation with like a celebrity and they were like, I've been told my whole life by PR not to disclose anything and you're putting your whole life out there.
Right.
And that was like them deciding if they wanted to get on Instagram or not. So once everybody started doing it, it was like, why not?
Yeah. You started it. Right?
Eh.
Maybe you started it all. Well,
Wow.
Instagram.
I think we'll have to find that balance as well too, because like I love sharing so much with my fans. I think it's like great. They connect with it so much. Like I share the singleness, I share this, but I think there is like now almost like more of a that's for me,
right?
Like, and I'm finding that balance. I think at times, which like you want to almost show everything. People think they know everything about you, but like there's just like some parts I want to try to keep to myself.
Yeah.
If you started dating someone, would you share that you're dating or their name?
Thing.
I don't think I would share them for a while and that's happened even when I was, pre-Paris, after Paris, I would be seeing people, but I wouldn't post about it. I'd even post still videos saying I was single or whatnot, or not saying I was single, but like that I'm, fun videos like that, because that feels very, not even personal to me, but like, I also want to make sure it's something serious, not just a fleeting thing, because I am, I think, selective about that, and I want the person who I put out there to be something I'm very proud of as well. I think that's what we talk about a lot. Like, I have yet to find somebody who I feel very proud of, and like who I really like.
Mm-hmm.
So I think when I find that person, maybe I'll be like, put them out there. I'm so proud. I want everybody to know I'm with them. And I hope I do find them. I have faith I will, but like for now, I'm just kind of.
You're busy.
I'm busy. That's what
you got stuff going on. You don't need an anchor.
Calendar's blocked off.
Calendar's blocked off
for a while.
I was like messaging with this one guy, and I was like, "Well, what does your day look like in October?"
Yeah.
Can we get together then?
He's like, what?
I'm like, see what happened? I'm 7 weeks here, and then I got to go here, and then I have 10 weeks here. But
playing
October,
rugby.
I am yours.
Winter 2027. We've got a Zoom date.
We are on it for 45 minutes because exactly. I cannot give you more.
What
than
time
that.
zone? Oh shit!
I have a layover. Perfect.
Exactly.
And that's my thing, is also like figure out, somebody. It is going to take work. Somebody's going to have to fit in a way, because I don't see myself kind of like you. I don't see myself slowing down. I want to come out with a memoir, a cookbook, whatever it is. So I don't see a lot of stopping.
Listen, you need to go, and we'll help that. Duncan. America runs on Duncan.
And thank you so much. Oh my God. And we're set on the ad reads. And we are set. Oh my gosh. Do you have a favorite restaurant in LA?
Oh, I'm so bad at this, lady. I'm really bad at this because I do cook so much at home. Right. And because here's the deal too. It's going out to eat as a vegetarian is a very different experience, because there's places I go solely for the vibe, and I know I'm only having a salad and like some broccolini. Yeah. So but I'm really into Italian food. And so any place that's serving up there's a place in Atwater Village, Spinna.
Haven't been yet.
We've been wanting
fabulous.
To go.
Neon sign.
Oh, but it's like cool lightning bolt font.
It's on the outside. Sorry, inside. Right. It's not inside. I will say.
Give it a
Spinna's
try.
really great.
Yeah.
Love Asian food. Also out our Holy Basil. I love a really spicy Thai food.
We love to eat Thai in Hollywood.
Oh, I haven't been.
Oh, it's good.
The pork crumbles?
I think it's a James Beard Award winning.
Have you listened to me at all? I'm a vegetarian.
That's what I'm saying.
Storm's upset.
She said spatchcock chicken. I was like, shut up, Olivia.
I was talking about myself there.
I know, but I'm like, shut up.
No,
vegetarian book. Are you crazy? Personal
Here's the deal.
spatchcocking.
I just got 2 inches left
I cook
to
meat
eat.
every night. In the cookbook, I'm like, this is also probably good with this meat if you don't want that. Like, I'm not, it's not preachy whatsoever.
Right, you guys cut that. I'm
Do your
embarrassed.
thing. I was I took a year off being a vegetarian in my 20s, and it happened to me at a pig picking.
Oh, you went straight into
I went to a pig picking, and all of a sudden I had like 13 pounds of pork in me, and I hadn't eaten meat.
Oh my God. Is your body okay?
And then I had to get on the Greyhound bus. It was a time. It might be a chapter in a book. I don't even know.
Oh my God,
Out.
that could be the whole book.
I want to read that.
13 pounds of pork on a Greyhound.
So many years without meat and then straight into the pork.
Yeah, it happened.
Pork out of everything too is crazy.
It was North Carolina.
Yeah.
It was a pig picking.
I did. What is a pig
I gotta go to
picking?
a
Like
pig
a barbecue?
picking.
It's like a whole roasted hog.
What's your favorite protein alternative?
There is no soy, seitan, tofu. There's no meat, like faux meats in the whole book.
Cool.
And here's why. Because I wanted it to be a dinner party book because I like cooking for my friends. None of my friends are vegetarian.
Mm-hmm.
So when they come over, I'm not going to be like, well, here's a thing that kind of tastes like beef. They'd be like, well, then I'll just go eat beef.
Right.
I want to like showcase doing different things with vegetables and grains and other ingredients. So I don't have any in the book. However, I got a freezer full of Impossible.
Right.
Like I love it. Right. I was on a panel at South by a couple weeks ago, and it was like a Women in Food, and it was with the like CMO of Impossible. And I said, the only thing impossible is to find the hot dogs in LA. She sent me, in comes like dry ice, just so many hot dogs. It was
You got her.
Listen, they say I don't know how to network.
Oh my God.
Well, I'm interested to read this cookbook then. I'm like, because it's not how we cook. We're so like, for us, it's meat, potatoes, vegetable type thing.
Yeah.
So like, then I would like, okay, no meat, then you put in tofu. So I'm interested to see what that could mean.
Well, there's so many vegetables that have as much protein as a meat alternative, you know? So that's more like just the ritual of needing like a meat and two sides, but really you're going to get as much protein from other veggies. So
if I've had a vegetarian food, it's always been like, and it's bacon, but
coconut.
But exactly. But banana peel, pulled pork, you know? So I'm so excited to try vegetarian food that isn't trying to be something that it's not.
Yeah, because I feel like with vegetarian cookbooks, I was like, there's two lines, right? It's either like goop and like clean eating, like just clean with no fun, no drama, no whimsy, or it's like, get your side tan sloppy Joe from hell. Yeah. You know, like, you better wear your dish gloves. It's going to get messy. And I'm like, this one bleeds. God. Yeah.
Oh, I've seen that.
I'm like, what's going on, you guys? Just like,
I've seen that the like steaks they've made that do look like a real steak and then they bleed like a real steak.
Why aren't they called fakes?
Oh. Why are they what?
Why aren't they called fakes?
Fakes.
Oh. God. Should we file a trademark?
Let's start this.
Smart one. Get on it.
Get on it. No, literally.
Mine is the egg yolks that pop. What chemicals are in that for the vegan eggs?
Interesting.
Whoa.
They do like vegan eggs Benedict, which first of all, that's just going to taste like margarine on that top if you're doing
for
like butter alternative. But then it's like a cooked white and then a gooey, oozy yellow.
Hey, they got crafty though. I'll tell them that.
No, they are.
They're crafty out there.
Science is incredible.
Science is incredible. Women in STEM.
Olivia does love a smash burger. Do you know a good vegetarian burger she can try then around here in LA?
It's the Window in Silver
They
Lake.
do what?
They do an Impossible Meat. They call it the Beauty Burger, and I probably eat it once a week.
She was just eating at the Window earlier this week.
Well, their Beauty Burger is delicious.
Gosh.
It's yummy.
It's Impossible
Mm-hmm.
Meat? Oh my gosh. Okay, we'll go do that. Fine.
I guess we'll try it.
Fine.
She takes me on a smash burger tour, so we
Whenever
can have a
she's
new
here.
section.
I bring her
That's
somewhere
so
new.
cute.
It's fun. I love it. I just love
Sisters.
Yeah.
We're big foodies. Like we love going out to eat. Olivia and Adriana are both really good cooks. Olivia has taken after my mom. She's cooking with butter and cream, and she's making it
bacon
delicious.
Fat, right.
Yeah, bacon fat, right.
Right.
So you ask her to make a creamy pasta, that's your girl right
Talk
there.
about the whole hog. That's the way I am.
But we love the act of like going out to dinner because we're big like almost food critics when we go out. We just that's how we talk and converse at the table is what do you think about this one? You know what? I think it could have had a brightness to it.
Yeah.
A little acid.
A little acid to it.
Yeah, just give me a lemon wedge. What's going on? I'm obsessed with reading menus. So
Before you go or something?
Before I go, well, sometimes it's just to make sure I can eat anything there. You know what I mean? And then because nothing worse than going and your friends being like, "Is there anything for you?"
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
like I don't want to do that. You know, I'm like, yes, it's called vodka. We're good.
We're fine.
I'll have a great time. But I mean, I'll read menus in cities that I'm not even planning to go to. Like I'll go down a wormhole, like see something on Top Chef, and then I'll be like, oh well, let's see what this chef's menu is like at their place.
restaurant.
Oh well, what's next door? Oh well, I love a menu. It's,
What do you feel
it's
about-
my dragon novels.
Okay. I hear you.
Yeah, I say that's
PDF.
it's my late
Just
night
as
read.
spicy.
Good pun.
What do you feel about the QR codes as menus?
You know, I think I'm old enough to complain.
Yeah. You're allowed.
I need some lighting.
Yeah.
It's just, I think going out to dinner is so sexy, whether it's on a date or with a friend. And it kills the vibe to have your, like, all I want to do is try to put my phone away for a little bit. And so when you're forced to already have it out there, you know, you get sucked in.
That's a great point. I love that because I do try to put my phone away and then you have to have it out.
Yeah. Kills the vibe immediately.
Right?
Something sexy about a physical
What do you feel
menu.
about those menus that are like books? Like
Cheesecake Factory? Honey.
Honestly,
My book club read this week. I just now got to Skinnylicious apps. I've been reading slow. I mean,
She's savoring the end.
Right? Exactly. They say that the bigger the menu, like the less good the food will be. I guess it's like it dilutes it if you're doing that many things in the kitchen, except Cheesecake Factory.
Except I would say the one place where it's okay.
Yeah.
And you know what you're getting, and every time you're going to get it the same.
Mm-hmm. I'm a huge fan of the Hillstone Group. What do you got?
Hillstone Group.
Hillstone,
Sounds
Houston's, South Beverly Grill.
No.
You might know it by different things. Apparently, I've heard that they change their names because if you have a certain amount of locations, you have to start putting calories on menus. So they go by like different names in different states.
Oh.
Anyway, their spinach dip is bomb.
Yeah. We love a dip. Everyone go to your favorite dip.
I love a whipped feta dip. So like feta with a bit of cream cheese. You got to get it in there.
We were just a train horn.
Coming through. You know, little, and then you do pistachio. So it's really salty from the feta, but then you get some honey and crushed pistachios on top.
You a hot honey girl?
I love hot honey on a slice of pizza.
Oh, some halloumi?
Ooh.
They love halloumi over in England. We were just there for 3 months. There's halloumi everywhere.
They knew about halloumi like for a while. Like you were getting halloumi fries at a pub in the 90s.
Yes.
I'm not that old.
What the?
That has not made it
Back
over
when
here
the Beatles were making halloumi at a pub.
Ringo freaking loved halloumi fries. That's what Love Me Do is about. Okay.
That's mine.
That's your dip?
Yeah, that's my
I'm
dip.
a big spinach artichoke dip, but or like just a queso in general. I do have a dip in my book. It's called that butternut bee bone marrow. And it's a caramelized onion dip that I serve in a roasted piece of butternut squash and top with caramelized onions. And it looks like a piece of bone marrow.
Interesting.
And with a little herb salad. So you spread the butternut squash, you spread the onions, a little herb salad. It's because I was like cooking like the neck of a butternut squash on or like put it on Instagram. And my friend who's known me for 20 years was like, is that bone marrow, dude? I was like, you've known. Yeah.
I just went right in by cutting up a bone.
Exactly.
That's how I could stop my vegetarian
You know
journey.
what? I think I need a little protein. Give me a cow bone.
Yeah.
But so it kind of looks like it. And
I think I'm gonna go full Julie and Julia on your cookbook.
Yay,
Just
do
cook
it.
everything through it for these guys. That'll be so fun.
I'm excited for the drink section.
Yeah,
There we go. There we
Dessert
go.
drinks. What's your dip of choice?
I feel like French onion is a little basic, but we had this one recently at the Voodoo Vin. It was this like yogurt dip. It had like caramelized shallots in there, and then there's also some sort of like pickle.
Yeah, olives on top. It's Persian food, I believe.
No olives on top.
No olives. Just like
I don't like
but
olives.
that
No,
was
no.
good.
But it was just like it had like a little bit of like acid vinegary stuff. It was amazing.
yeah.
Okay.
Chippies.
So like I think it's almost French onion adjacent.
Yeah, I could see that.
Persian onion.
Sure.
Persian shallot.
The Persian shallot dip.
Let it rip.
Buffalo chicken.
Nah, you love the
okay,
buffalo chicken.
yeah.
I love hot sauce.
Me too. Anything spicy. Yum. You guys, we need some dip.
No, my mouth is like salivating on the corners here.
I've always wanted to have a place that's just called Sips and Dips. Because when you go out with your girlfriends, you're like, we just want like some dips and some cocktails. And it'll be like a rotating menu of specialty cocktails with a rotating menu of dips and chips to dip them in.
Do you need us to censor that? Because that's a great idea.
That's a great
literally.
idea, Amy.
Can we
Seriously,
bleep
I'm
that
stealing
for
that.
real?
Actually, that would be good because it's true. We were talking about it like in England. It's a different pub culture because you can go out and you can get a beer for $8, a drink for like 10. So you go out here, I got like one drink the other day for $16 and I had a tip on it. So it was $20 for a drink. But girls, like, I wish it was so much easier just to go out, have a drink, have a little nibble and it not like, crazy break the bank, but also not feel like you're being forced out.
Well, come on down to Sips, Dips, and Chips.
Yeah.
I feel like girls especially just love dips. Like there's something about a dip is like a communal gab or yap station.
Yeah.
So I feel like girls like love dips even more. So sorry to put these gender boundaries on it.
Hey.
But one time for a friend's birthday, we went to a pottery class and it was like champagne and pottery, and we all made a bowl and then knew that in 2 weeks we were going to pick them up and bring a dip.
That's such
Put a dip in
great
them?
idea.
It's not in my book, but take it.
The next
That's
one.
the next book, man. That's
The next
book.
one.
I do wonder, you've made so many drinks throughout the years. How do you keep coming up with them?
That is tough. I mean, here's what I'll say is there's just a lot of alcohol choices out there. And like, I love infusing things with teas and trying new produce. And like, when I used to try to come up with drinks, I'd literally just walk through a really good grocery store and be like, could this spice work in a simple syrup or whatnot? Because what I don't want to do is, and I'm very conscious of it in the book, is go, hey, this is a fun drink that you're going to have to go spend $150 at the liquor store to try it, you know? Because all those like Prohibition era cocktail ones, it's like, you're never going to use this liqueur again.
Our grandparents always had like at 5 p.m. was a cocktail hour.
Yes.
She'd have Seagram's and tonic water. He would have the same, or Opa, or something. Do you do like a cocktail? I want to start doing that, like a 5 p.m. every day. All right, guys, we gotta go. It's cocktail hour.
Yeah, 5
Gotta
p.m.
do it.
I'll see you at the terrace.
I love it. And I do love a gin and tonic. They're so delicious. But I also really love wine.
Yeah.
And so you got to mix it up.
Your natural wine.
I don't care if it's, yeah.
Chilled red.
I'll take them all. I love it very much. And there's no way I'm going to an airport without having a glass of champagne.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Champagne.
Get it. It's not even superstition. It's not even superstition.
Forget about it.
It's just tradition.
I hear that.
Well, cheers to that.
No, cheers to that.
We're full-time professional sisters. We're here to listen, and when you want, we're here to help. So if you need advice, send us a DM or voice note at House of Maher for a chance to be featured on the show. But today, you got something for us? You got a sister story, found family story for us?
I'm not going to talk about my sister, although I love her. Her name is Annie. She's sassy.
Hey,
She's
Annie.
a bartender in North Carolina. She's a damn hoot. Go see her at Dodge City, North Carolina. She got bartender of the year 3 years running.
Whoa! Friends of the family.
I bet she doesn't batch her cocktails.
No, exactly. Let's see. However, I would say Grace is like a sister to me. And it's a sister that I met when I was 24, I guess. And the way we met is we both started doing comedy in New York, and we were put on a team together. So I was really new to the theater. She'd been there for a while. So I was going in like, new kid in class. And we had sketches that were written for us. And the sketch was Everyone Loves Grace. And I was like, oh my God, yeah, she's so adorable. It's so great. And the first time I met Grace, it was us rehearsing a sketch where the concept was everyone loves Grace and everyone hates Mamrie.
What? Okay.
And so her first reaction, she was like, I'm sorry. And I was like, I don't know.
I'm new here.
It was just like everything I said. It was like the concept of the sketch was like, I would say something. They would be like, that's so stupid. And Grace would be like, pee pee poo poo. They'd be like, she's amazing. And that began our relationship where I was like, oh, I had to become friends with like the most beautiful, funny, charismatic girl. But so we like got a drink after. And she was like, that's a weird way to first meet someone.
I think with that though, best friends work when you have, my best friend is the most beautiful, gorgeous girl in the world, but she's always bringing me up. So I think, you're somebody like, even when somebody's bringing you down or whatnot, it's like your best friend knows like, oh no, you're perfect. You're better than, I love it. So it's like the world can see you in different ways, but the way that your, best friends see each other.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm making sense, but like,
No, I hear you.
Nicole thinks I'm the hottest piece out there, and I think that of her.
Right.
So it's
Totally.
like just
Bit of yin and yang,
yin
though,
Each other's
too.
hype men.
Yeah.
You got to be each other's hype men for sure.
Absolutely.
Wait, what was the title of the show again? What was
Everybody
it?
loves
Oh,
Grace.
that was just the name of the sketch. It was like,
Okay.
everybody loves Grace. Parentheses.
Everybody hates
Okay.
I was like, well, nice to meet all of you. I'm so happy to be on this team.
Shut up, me.
Truly. We're all lifelong friends.
Perfect.
Perfect way to meet someone. Look how it turned out.
Exactly.
Is there anything next for the podcast, or just like you guys go on tour ever?
Yeah,
You
well,
plan
right
things?
now I'm going on a book tour, and Grace is actually going around. She's doing her first one-woman show, and then hopefully we'll be doing some abroad. We just did tour dates in the UK, but we need to get back to Australia. I need to see my brother there.
Oh, right.
So that's forthcoming. But no, we're just what's next for the podcast? I'm going home and we're going to record it in my little laundry room, and it's going to go up tomorrow, and it's going to go up every single Wednesday,
And that's
like
that.
clockwork. Yeah, it's the most fun. It's the best job.
After you listen to our podcast, you go listen to
go
because yours comes out
Tuesday?
Wednesday.
On Wednesdays.
We're Tuesday. That's your Wednesday.
There we go.
podcast.
And
This might get weird.
may you guys have 400 plus episodes
I hope so. Thank you.
Thank you for the blessing.
Of course.
Thank you so much for that. She just blessed this space for real.
Truly an OG
my
podcaster
God.
has blessed this space,
Should we
guys.
join
We
hands?
made it.
Oh my gosh.
Well, Mamrie, thank you so much for taking time to
Yeah,
come on the
of course.
show. Cannot wait to read and use the recipes from your new cookbook. All I think about is food, because we think about is food.
Literally.
So it's fitting.
Nice. And all I'm gonna think about is y'all.
Oh.
New friends, whether you like it or not.
Yes.
No, I can't wait. I can't wait for that batched cocktail to show up at my doorstep.
there we go.
Cocktail. That's the only one I'll accept.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No. Thanks for joining us today. And make sure you check out All I Think About Is Food and listen to This Might Get Weird. Is there anything else you want to plug?
No, let's go get a drink.
That's what I'm saying. We deserve a drink.
We deserve
a
drink. And read that book.
Thank you so much for coming over to the House of Maher, a Wave original presented by Dunkin'. America runs on Dunkin'. Be sure to watch and subscribe on YouTube and listen wherever you get your podcasts. Plus, follow the show on social media at House of Maher for clips and behind-the-scenes content. Order Mamrie's new cookbook. Woo! All I Think About Is Food. And we'll see you right back here next time. All right? Drive safe.